DeSantis here again with North Tech Stone and Ceramic. We just wanted to talk about, at this moment, something that is very popular, and that is backsplash tile. We get a lot of inquiries every day about, well, what types of backsplash tile do we use and whatnot, what size do we use. And here what I'm going to do is show you some of the different ideas that are available, and generally what a lot of people try to do now is to keep things simple, not to get caught up in items that might be too trendy, and then you're stuck with it for a long time. So a lot of people are choosing things that they can work with, that if they want to change some paint colors and whatnot down the road, they can do that, redecorate, very simple. So I'm going to start with a few things. A lot of our tile comes from Italy, which in my opinion is an area that makes very high quality tile. And one thing I learned from them over the years is that when they make a floor tile, generally they also make a coordinating backsplash tile in a lot of cases. So what happens is, if you want to tile the main area of your home, you can also choose a coordinating tile that will work with the floor. For example, this tile here, or all three of these tiles for that matter, have coordinating floor tiles that come in various sizes: 12 by 24, 24 by 24, 24 by 48, large formats that you would comfortably use on a floor. Well, what happens is you can use, the rectangular format for a backsplash, and you could do it in brick or in stacked, or you could use hexes, for example, different looks of hexes. This is one style, this is another style that you could use for a feature wall on a backsplash. You could perhaps use the standard rectangular size for the main area of the backsplash, and if you wanted to accent behind the stove or whatnot, or range, you can use the hexes, which adds a nice touch to it. Another thing that is done, if maybe that is not what you consider appropriate for yourself, what some people do is they'll use, again, tile that's not limiting. So patterns and whatnot are not a problem. So a lot of times what people will do, in order to add character to their backsplash, but yet have a color that's easy to match, easy to work with, is they'll use a wave type tile that has some texture to it. And the texture adds a nice richness and character without adding or without being trendy. So that's another thing you can do. Also, the size of the tile is another thing. We've seen people use smaller tiles for backsplash, 3 by 12s, whatnot, hexes, but also people are using, again, larger formats. We've done backsplashes with these that look fantastic. And it could be a plain white, or it could be a plain beige, and it could have pattern to it. But the point is, the larger formats also look very comfortable on a backsplash. They eliminate grout, if that's what, maintenance reason, if you want it to be easier to maintain. That's another option. One thing to keep in mind for backsplashes also is what type of counter is with the backsplash. So, for example, here we have a dark countertop, natural stone. There is some pattern to it, and the rule of thumb, or what we see mostly, is that people that have a busier countertop, so a countertop maybe with a lot of veining or a lot of pattern to it, will use a plainer tile, like something that is more neutral, so that they don't compete with each other. And vice versa, if for example your countertop is plain, maybe like a quartz look or whatnot, you can add a little bit of pattern if you want on the backsplash to add a little bit more to the area. Or you can go plain again and keep it very simple. So that's basically what we wanted to introduce you to backsplashes right now, and more to come later.